Welcome back to Rush Racing. It's round 2 of preseason, race 3 here at the Great British Circuit, also known more commonly as Silverstone. We have a simply lovely full quali again, 50% race. It will be dry, pity, because Silverstone's weather acts like a bit bipolar. Anyway, my name is Phoenix. I am one of your hosts and commentators this evening, and beside me is Jack. How are you going tonight?
Uh, Very good. Looking forward to some interesting racing here today. We've got some high speed corners where the drivers will be lifting, looking to save some battery, and it obviously is a tough track for the battery. So yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. Looking forward to it.
The battery, these new regulations, I mean, we've had the game for quite a while, but it's still going to be a big adjustment. But tyre wear can also be an issue here at Silverstone, as well as, of course, that battery. And coming down Hanger Straight is where we will see absolutely everything. I mean, Q1 has just started, so there we go. Now we're trackside. That should be a lot better. I mean, as we wait for everyone to start peeling out of the pits, I mean, just by looking at the grid, do you have any predictions on who's gonna, let's say, make it to Q3?
Oh right, definitely. Ryan Adair is going to be up there. Katusha probably will. Kazuto. Who else? Liam Kenworth probably will, and who am I looking for? Aiden is Raiden probably. There are definitely some drivers that I know have done well in the past few preseason races, but anyone else that I can see
But
that I know
I mean,
could.
I remember the other night I saw everyone's switching cars, so it's difficult to check if the person's actually in the lobby I want to talk about. Yes, Ryan Adair. I saw him get out in Q2 the other night. I think it was at Silverstone. It could have been at Bahrain. I know preseason does tend to get my head in a bit of a muck. I mean, MJ will be the first across the line, coming out for the first flying lap. But another thing, I mean, apart from battery management will be key, lift and coast key, but also track limits. You might think, oh, Silverstone's not that bad of a track. I mean, it generally isn't, but the hot spot to do it, as MJ's coming through right now, is Maggots and Beckett's. Exiting out onto Chapel, that's normally quite easy, but just Maggots and Beckett's, too much speed, you get understeer, oversteer, the car's just slipping and sliding everywhere.
Yeah, definitely, it's going to be tough for the drivers to not invalidate laps, but they should be okay for the rest of the lap if they don't have major skill issues. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a good qualifying, and obviously Q1 is going to be a little bit chill, and then we'll ramp it up the pace and the track until we get to Q3, where it's going to be the fight for pole.
Yeah, I mean, MJ's just started coming into that first sector. That sort of, it's a weird shaped chicane, I like to call it. It doesn't quite look, it kind of looks like a chicane. It kind of drives a bit like a chicane, but it's also not a chicane at the same time. Now, not using that battery coming down Wellington, which is an interesting choice, but each driver to their own, I do guess, sets, of course, a provisional purple sector one. First driver to do so will have a little bit of traffic in front of him of that Ferrari and that McLaren. Those two should hop right out of the way. That McLaren does. Oof, but he has to follow the Ferrari into Maggots and Beckett's. and that's dirty air, as well as the new gens, might not treat him all too well, but he seems to be able to fly through Maggots and Beckets quite nicely, using all that curb, and now coming down onto Hanger, has absolutely nothing at the top of Hanger Straight. I mean, normally we see people having a
Jeez.
little bit of battery, but coming around Stowe and through the really non-existent corner of Vale and into the club, a little bit of a lock up there onto the entrance of club, coming around onto Hamilton, and we'll go 28.3 for the time being.
Yeah, not a bad lap, to be honest. It's a good banker for him. John probably could see him through provisionally, but maybe, I'm not sure. Some drivers in the lobby I haven't seen yet, so we definitely could be some surprises.
Yeah, I mean, as we said,
Kachushi does go pole there.
yeah, I mean, I think
28.2.
the next person to cross the line will be, it's an Alpine. I think it's one of Mr. Ryan Adair. One of the white cars, either a Haas or a Cadillac, because they're the same colour for whatever reason, I think had a little bit of a moment coming into Luffield, but or could just be letting a car past. Now Ryan, having a lot of battery coming into the final corner, will push it, dump it across the line, go P3 with a 28.7. So we've already seen quite a pace difference, but of course it's just your bankers. We'll see. We will lose 6 drivers, so I guess everyone from 10 down, after everyone's completed a lap, I reckon we will see retire, because it's not just a balance of yet another thing to keep in mind is your tyres, because I think it's 3 tyres and 1 set of mediums for all quali, but then those softs are the softs you also have for the race, I believe. And if you could get TMT Legend, that would be simply lovely. The next driver to cross, one of the next will be, I'm pretty sure it's Crowjag, is on a flying lap, calls the hard braking zone, gets some of that battery back and will dump it across the line. Kaz goes fastest, and Crowjag makes his way up into P6. So there's so much pace difference in the very early stages of qualifying. Gangster manages to only get it up into P11, as everyone who is either in the pits or there's one driver on an outlap who hasn't started. Hasn't set a lap. So we've got we've got all but 10 drivers, so just over half the field setting a lap, as Romeo and Kenobi will be the next driver to begin a flying lap. Coming around through sector number 01, he has managed...
he's back in.
A Merc has parked it. I'm not quite sure. That would be... Crowjag went disqualified for going the wrong direction. He's out.
Jeez.
That's a very surprising from Crowjag. I saw him go deep, but he could have also just got stuck, faced the wrong direction, tried to reverse, because you can't really flick your car. I don't know how to, but you flick your car to spin back around, but you can't really do that in the gravel. So that could have been one of the issues. I mean, Robion Kenobi won't get... Oh, that's just the disqualified car parked there. He will get a yellow, can't use boost mode, but has a bit coming into Maggots and Beckets. I'm not quite sure how much he'll have by the time he gets in there. Keeps it quite a bit, so you can, if you're careful, gain a little bit through here. Maybe could have cut it a bit finer there on the exit down hanger, but again, not much battery down hanger.
Yeah, he did a little bit of a lift through Maggots and Beckets, but it's obviously the battery goes down so fast this year on these regulations, and the only way to get it back fully is by lifting and coasting. But to the line now, it is going to be a 30.1, and that doesn't seem like a lap that's going to get him through, to be honest.
No, so I think could be one of the drivers we see go out a second time, but everyone's sort of filtering in. The back half is filtering in. If you get him back in, that would be lovely, but focus our attention back on Fred. We'll do a little onboard situation here. coming around onto the Wellington straight, cutting that curb nicely. You can go up onto the red bit of the curb. You just, of course, make sure not to touch the grass. Now, he does have a McLaren in front of him. That will be Romeo and Kenobi on his in lap. He will tuck right out of the way. Let Fred fly on past, use that battery up into Cops, and seemingly doing a very nice lap. Using all that curb, cutting in, doesn't run it too wide, maybe ever so slightly. It's doing well. Coming into Maggots and Beckett's. Can he keep it clean? Oof, that was using all the curbs and keeping it within the white lines coming down hanger. Purple Sector 2, but Purple Sector 2 is very interesting for the game, whether it's a true Purple Sector 2 or EA doing EA shenanigans. He's now coming into club.
Yeah, definitely the purple sectors can be a bit dodgy on the game, and you don't know. Big snap there, but yeah, you don't know whether to trust the purple sectors. But frick, P5
still dumps it into P5, so he's doing well. A Ferrari had a moment earlier back on. I think another driver on a flying lap. We've got Aiden. Can he dump that Cadillac? We've got to find out coming through clubs. He looks to have a relatively clean lap, judging roughly by his time. We'll dump it across the line into P4, so that would be a lap he would be happy with. One of the next across the line that hasn't set the time will be, I think Cam is one of the next slow-moving car exiting the pit lanes. That does seems to be normal though.
Sorry?
That does seem to be normal. Get a yellow coming out of the pit lanes. I don't know. Game does weird stuff. Cam puts it up into P2. 3, sorry, for the time being. So it's currently a Williams 2-3, a Cadillac 4-5, a Haas 17-18, and the 2 Astons are at the bottom, but they are yet to set a lap. I think the next person to come across the line will be TMT Legend, who looks to have a lot of battery, and I think might be on a flyer, so this is the most amount of battery we've seen coming down hanger straight yet, and we'll see how this fares, having battery or no battery coming down into hanger, as he has managed to make it back in, coming down into clubs. And what can he do across the line on P14? So he's right on the edge. I think we'll see him right back out again as Kenworth puts it up into P5. Liam will be the next across the line. Doesn't have any battery coming onto hanger. Again, does set a purple sector 2 according to the track map. We'll see what he can do coming around Stowe and through Vale.
Yeah, definitely. The purple sector too. Everyone seems to be getting him, but I'm not really sure who we can trust. Liam to the line now goes P5. Aston now into P4 and P5, splitting the 2 Cadillacs. Is anyone else coming to the line?
Trick has just started a lap.
Gangster goes up to P11 there. Good lap from him.
I mean, currently watching Trio Kev, the next driver to come across the line. He has yet to set a time. We'll see what he can do with that Haas.
Purple sector 1 apparently, but
apparently. But again, sometimes the game isn't the most accurate thing in the world. You can have 2 purple sectors, and then you can also have a really rough sector.
Definitely, yeah. You don't know really what to trust, but at this point we do know the drivers who will be up there through Maggots and Beckett's now. There is a Red Bull up ahead, which will either be Creeper or Uncle Morty. Aiden is right and has retired, so definitely has some confidence that he can get into Q2. Trio Kev now down the hanger straight. A little bit of a lift there. into stone, not as big as we've seen from some drivers back on the boot. Now, into club, another little funny chicane corner through final corner now to the line. It is a
P2.
28.2, and Kev goes P2.
A very fast lap
Really good
there.
lap there.
And we've got 4.5 minutes of quali, so we'll see some of the drivers start to filter out for rush time, and some of them are just going to retire in the pits because I doubt we'll see the top. I don't think we'll see anyone from Aiden Isradian up really come out again because we lose P17. Yes, P17 downwards because we lose 6 each qualifying session, which makes sense. We used to lose 5, add a new team, 2 more drivers, take 1 off each. I think who is next? Oh, Jeremy seems to have started his lap. I mean, his teammate managed to put it in P2. We will have to see what he can do.
Yeah, there's going to be big expectations on him this lap as he comes now onto the Wellington Straight. Got a few corners he'll be lifting here through Brooklands, through Loughville now, flicking the car in. Apparently purple sector 1. I don't know how many times we've said apparently so far this stream, but coming through now, the old pitch straight up 2 cops. It's going to be a lift as it usually would be flat out, but obviously trying to save as much battery as possible through Maggots and Beckett's now. He's come off the throttle a little bit there, put it down a few gears. What's the sector time going to be? It's a 103.4. It's another purple sector, apparently. We need to stop saying apparently, but
Apparently, we say
it's the
apparently
only
a lot.
suitable word that I can think of. It's the only suitable word that I can think of. Through now the final few corners, we are seeing the top 9 up and retire as Ryan has retired.
Oh!
Jeremy goes fast at 27.4.
Oh my!
Jesus.
You know what? I'm going to fastest lap. What's the gap to the leader? 7/10 faster than Kaz, who was
I
just
was
under a
not
tenth
expecting that in Q1.
faster than Trio Kev. So Jeremy, very fast driver. I mean, he is now a driver we've got to keep our eyes on as the rest start to filter out. For the first rush time here this evening, who was on a flying lap? I am not quite sure.
Let me have a look.
No, there's a bunch of outlaps.
I think Drusilla is coming through Luffield now. And who else? Romeo and Kenobi's on a lap, but he's got plenty of traffic up ahead of him, so could definitely be impeded a little bit as Trio Kev has retired as well. I presume, yep, we've seen Liam go. So yeah, Katusha, Jeremy, Kaz and Cam will surely be retiring soon.
We've got 1 minute and 20 seconds, so everyone will start to retire, but that's normal here in Q1. Just under a minute to go. Everyone will try and get across the line to start their flying lap. Their last lap, Drusilla will come across the line. Where can he put it is the question. Burns it to the line, does have a lot of battery. Puts it up into P17.
Stays P17.
Stays P17. So I think that's Drusilla as good as gone. I mean, who else has just started a lap? We've got a lot of them. I mean, we have got... who else do we have? We've got the McLaren of... I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that name.
Think it might be Mike Wazowski.
Oh.
I'm not sure though. It looks like it.
You can get called Mike. Creeper's retired. He's not going to be able to improve. He didn't leave the pits in time though. We'll see if Mike can... That's your name now. Improve. He currently is eliminated. He needs to get up into P16 as borderline. But you want to get up a few positions higher to scrape your way into Q2 as qualifying's done and dusted, so everyone will come and filter through the line for the last time. We'll have nine drivers filter across the line, and we'll see what they can do. It's now coming into
Yeah,
clubs. And we'll dump it across the line
so what does he
into
do?
P12. So a very nice improvement from that. Is safe and into Q1 for now. Drusilla invalidated straight into the pits. I think, yep, D. Simmons is next across the line. He is up about 3/10 on his time. Can he improve his position? Yes, he does, up into P13 for the time being.
P13.
Then it is, I think Uncle Morty crosses line, doesn't improve. Then you've got Gangster coming across the line up into P11. And then you've got World Jerk coming across the line. Where can he go? He goes up into P10. And then I think last person to cross the line, we do have TMT Legend, last two, goes up into P19. And Ken Minor, nope, that's qualifying all done and dusted. We'll run through your official Q1 results when the game, I believe, registers Fred is actually in the pit, which can take a little bit. Come
Yeah,
on.
it's a bit weird.
That's why they normally retire.
I suppose.
And come on.
Come on.
He's in the pits.
He's in the garage.
He's in the garage, guys. There we go.
There we go. Right, let's have a
run
look.
through the results.
So out is
Go through.
Creeper, Drusilla, TMT Legend, Uncle Morty, Minma, and Krojag, who got disqualified. Drivers who got through.
Aiden is rating set
Jeremy
his time on a
Kaz.
pet of hard tires, according to my screen.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Oh my, I don't want to know what he can do with softs on his car. And there we go, we'll flick through all the results. As we know, the 6 that have the 5 which couldn't make it, and the 1 disqualification of Crowdrag. But as we're entering Q2, is there anything that surprised you in Q1? Apart from that absolute banger of a lap.
I definitely was shocked by Krojak disqualifying, but what else? Let me think. That lap, obviously, by Jeremy Cow was really good. I wasn't expecting that for Q1. What else? Let me think. Yeah, definitely that lap and the disqualification of Krojak were two things that I wasn't expecting come into Q1, but hopefully we can see some more action in Q2 and Q3. Obviously, the lap times will be improving as the track is getting better. There's more rubber being laid down for the 16 drivers.
I mean, it'll be interesting. Will Aiden go out on a set of softs or not? So when he does go out, I'm going to flick up the tyres, because normally I don't, because everyone is on softs, really. They might be on old softs to set a banker. Is one of the white cars. I like calling them white cars because I'm not quite sure which one it is. I think it will be... No, that's the wrong...
Jeremy.
No, yep, it will be Jeremy. Coming up very quickly. Hit an unfortunate little bit of mishap in Q1, but still managed to smack it on pole by about 7/10. Now, do you reckon he will take pole again here in Q2?
It's hard to call, but the gap was about 7/10, and I don't think there's 7/10 to be found in Q2, so I would say so. I would say he will get it, but obviously there's no point getting pole in the first two if he can't get it in the final qualifying session.
Yeah, I mean, we've got sort of most of the field coming out. I mean, of course, Q2 is 16 minutes. Yeah, that's still a sort of comfortable amount of time to do 2 laps in. But Q3, if you want to get 2 laps in, you basically have to go out instantaneously. Otherwise, you run the risk of, if you invalidate your only lap, you need time to be able to go around again. So we might see rush hour, I think, starts as, I want to say, a minute or 2 earlier here at Silverstone. But of course, Maggots and Beckett's. We haven't seen one thing which did surprise me. I only saw one invalidation, but I saw no one actively lose it through Maggots and Beckett's while looking at them. As Jeremy will be the first driver to cross the line, we'll see what he can do. It was a 20. I know Q1's just finished. I still can't remember pole time. I want to say 27 something from memory. And I can't go back on stream to check. But now coming through past, we'll up into Cops and down into the whining Maggots and Beckett's. Can he keep it? No one's seeming to really lose it through there, because we saw it was a hot spot there last night. Keeps it clean, now burning that battery on the exit to Chapel down Hanger Straight.
He has no battery though, but he did set the purple sector 2. So, well, I suppose he is the first car to set the lap, so I'm not really sure how representative that is, but will we see him set a lap like he did before to the line now? It is a 27.4. Jesus.
I don't know if that is faster. We have got Aiden is still in the pits. We've got Gangster 29.1. So with first 3 cars, we're seeing such a big pace gap. I mean, cars now just start filtering across the lines. Ryan Adair goes up into P2. I want Kaz. No, Kaz is on an outlap. A Ferrari. Whoa, I missed it. Wogjet goes up into P6. One of the next across the line will be Mike. Oh, I should stop speaking. Kidding, I'm a commentator. The goal is for us is to not stop speaking. But Mike lost it through Maggots and Beckett's. I will take that one. I will take full responsibility of cursing you. But because if you haven't cursed someone as a commentator, you're not a commentator. I will say that much. And my controller's being a controller. Coming around, I think MJ will be the next to cross the line. We'll go up into P2 with a 27.9. So we do see currently 2 of our drivers in the 27s as more people start to filter across the line. We've still got a fair few in. Are they trying to be one-lap wonders?
Yeah, definitely. We saw a few of them in Q1. Obviously, Jeremy, Trio, Kev all did 1 lap and put it up really high, but Kaz has got a lot of traffic here going down the Hanger Straight. That is the Aston of Liam Dierenberg and a Ferrari of T. Salmons, I believe. But Kaz now is coming through the final corner.
Cuts it chicane a little
What
bit.
time is he going to do?
Dumps it up into P3.
It is a 20-0.
I mean, Liam will be.
He can definitely get into the 27s.
Yeah, because he cut that curb a little too aggressively coming into club. I always call it clubs instead of club. Club is its actual name. Clubs just sound more natural. Also, do you pronounce it cops or corpse?
Cops.
Okay. Because if I'm tired, I will find myself tripping up on corner names. But currently we've got Liam, which will be the next cross. Oh, here we go again. First time. Apparently a purple sector 1 in Q2 for Liam. Vote. How many times are the commentators going to say apparently?
I feel like we've said it at least 5 times, possibly more.
I think we've said it 5 times within the last minute.
But we'll stop in the race because we won't be looking at purple sectors really. So
no, we'll be looking at battling and action, all that good jazz that everyone tunes in to watch. Apparently a first 2 purple sectors. Here we go again. Blah, English coming down. Oh, invalidated. Straight into the pits. He must have lost it brake lock up there. I'm not quite sure. That was interesting. Aiden is rating is what set of tyres is he on? He is on a set of softs. Everyone's on softs. Just had to check because Aiden is rating apparently set that time on hards and also apparently set a purple sector 1.
I think he is doing a double out lap here.
Oh. What? Trio Kev seems to be on a lap, I think. Does have a lot of battery coming into Mackett's and Beckett's, though.
Yeah, he's doing really well to save that. It isn't a purple sector 2. I think that might be the first time we've seen that so far this qualifying.
In Q2.
Yeah. So, Trio Kev now is coming through the final few corners. Can he get up there like he did in Q1? What is the time going to be? It's a
P5.
28.4. He goes P5. It's definitely going to be close between the drivers as we have gotten rid of a few. Who is on the lap?
I think Romeo and
Jeremy's on another lap.
Jeremy? Be interesting.
And he's up. He's
up on time. I mean, we'll look at Obi-Wan Kenobi, who kept it clean through Maggots and Beckett's. Because he has yet to set a time.
He's not using any battery.
Double outlap or going straight into the pits? What's your bet? No.
No, it's definitely not a double outlap. He's used way too much battery.
Because you need 100% coming down hanger. It's not going to be a super duper fast one. Yep. A 37. Some of these cars, I mean, MJ gets up into, no, someone just changed in the top few. Or was that Jeremy gone? No,
I think it was Kenworth.
I think the next person to come around will be Mike.
McLaren.
He hasn't invalidated his lap, which is lucky. Up into P8 for the time being. We will, of course, lose P11 downwards. So Jeremy goes far. Oh my, a 20, basically, what I would say is a 27 flat. Not quite flat, but.
Jesus.
Why was that on the same set of tyres? That is impressive. So it looks like Aiden is rating fueled perfectly. Flashing red fuel light. Whether he can get back to the pits after, that's a different question. Coming, of course, now around the side. Dumps it up into P2. Well, they're still quite fast. 27.7. Just under 7/10 behind. So we've seen very fast laps. We've seen everyone but Liam come out. I mean, who's on a flying lap? I mean, we've got Ryan, who's right on the edge, coming around into Stowe to start his second lap. I mean, if he invalidates, he can go around again. Might not necessarily have time to duck into the pits. Because unlike real life, you can't perform a race pit stop. You have to physically go into the pits, migrating. Yep. So what I'm going to do is you lot, while I do back-end stuff, can look at the draft night. And if you could get me an invite back in, thank you for that, except now I have to wait for my game to do game stuff. I will app very quickly. Draft night, 28th of June, 7 p.m.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a good one. Obviously, we have our 11 team principals going to pick their drivers for 5 divisions, if it stays the same as last season. But
It's 4.
I'm definitely... Is it 4?
Yes, I believe so.
Oh, never mind. So, yeah, it's definitely going to be good. Oh, anyways, never mind. So, yeah, 11 team principals picking their drivers for 4 divisions. So, TPs, let me get them up. I should probably know them by now. But I will give you a run through of the TPs if anyone in here does not know. So, we have got Gangster in the Red Bull, Liam in the Aston Martin, Dido in the Williams, SJ in the Cadillac, Huni in the Alpine, Muzz in the Mercedes, United in the V-Carb, Sick Party in the Audi, Slushy in the Haas, Ryan Adair in the Ferrari, and Dukes in the McLaren. But I talked Me and SJ last week in the Bahrain race, we were chatting about who we think is going to be strong this season. Do you have any kind of idea who you think is going to do well
Jeremy's
with
proven
their
great
drivers this
pace.
season?
I mean, whoever gets Jeremy might be lucky if Jeremy's going for full time. Of course, that is. I'm almost back. You can almost stop looking at draft night. We can get back to the action. And I think I'll hopefully make it in time for rush time.
Yeah, 2 minutes
Oof.
and 19 left. So
Oh,
hopefully we will.
I have teleported back in the session. Let me just get all that up and go back to the game footage. Because that is what we need. Who is on a lap? It's rush time. We can see that. Everyone coming out. I think Katusha.
Katusha's on a lap, yeah.
Yeah, coming into club.
What time is it going to be for them? They definitely need an improvement. It's 27.9, so we are seeing faster and faster times as Jeremy has retired. I saw that coming. We definitely saw that coming, as obviously
Yeah, I saw that coming after his
he
first
has
lap,
done very well.
not his second. Anyway, Liam will be the driver to come across the line who has yet to set a time. One lap wonder. Where can he dump that AMR 26 into P8? Borderline. I want to say borderline. Gangster gets a 5-second penalty for illegal blocking. Where's Gangster currently?
P12, so yeah, he's going to be down there.
Oh,
at the
that's
bottom.
a lovely glitch. That is... Gangster does not have a front wing. Nose at all. Nor does the Ferrari in front of him. Actually, nor do half the cars. But that's fine.
Oh, he does for me.
We've got...
I guess...
Chris, all the drivers currently... No one has a front wing. No one has a front wing.
But
who's on a lap?
I
think...
What an amazing game.
No, you're on an out lap. You've just started. Literally, it looks so weird. And I thought they were meant to be batching this at EA. I mean, I think Ryan Adair's on a lap. He has a front wing. I don't know why I'm so excited for him to become a front wing. Coming into Sector 3 is down on his time. He will try and he won't get around in time. So then the next person to cross the line will be... There's an Alpine.
I think it's Mike.
Qualifying's done and dusted. So 2 cars dive straight into the pits. I mean, Mike has a front wing. Is very, very marginally up on his time. Just under 8/10 up on his time. So what can that McLaren do? Of course, coming around Stowe through Vale, burning that battery down to nothing. Will of course gain a little bit and invalidates his lap. That is very, very unlucky. Next person will be Fred right behind him, burning that battery to the line. We'll go P11, 13 even, so he will not get out of Q1. I mean, we've got now both of the Ferraris Ferraring their way down. I couldn't think of a word fast enough, so Ferraring it is. Coming down. Cross line, can both of the Ferraris get themselves up into Q2? 3. Cristiano goes P11, so he won't get in. And he Summons won't get in either. I believe Gangster will come across the line. I don't know if he's up on his time.
I think he is.
But he's also got that
That's
5-place grid
anyway.
pen. Oh, never mind. We should... Anyway.
Big spin there for Gangster.
A little spin.
Almost dropped my
crosses the line. For some reason, the game dumped him on an outlap. I know, little EA glitch. But that was certainly interesting Q2. I mean, we saw Jeremy go faster. And I mean, running through your results, you've got a top 10 who advance into Q3. Jeremy, Aiden, Cam, Kaz, Katusha, MJ, Kenworth, Trio, Liam, and Ryan with your eliminations of Wogchat, Mike, Gangster, Fred, T Summons, and Roll Me One Kenobi. Now, anything that shocked you except for that double lap by Jeremy? That kind of shocked me a bit.
Yeah, definitely. He did really well. Another sixth, 10th gap to Aiden in the qualifying, but I wasn't expecting the 5 place group penalty. And we've seen two kind of anomalies, I guess, this qualifying session so far, if I'm using that word correctly. I don't even know if I am. But as we head into Q3 now, there's definitely going to be some surprises. I wonder, can anyone catch up to Jeremy Cow?
I know.
It's going to be close, as he's could get into the 26s here if he does a really, really good lap with zero mistakes, slipstream, perfect battery management. But maybe a 26 is too far. But
I mean,
I think he's definitely one of the
I think if
definitely
we
one
are
of
to get
the.
a 26, he will beat the driver to do it. I mean, he is one of the Oh, we've got both Cadillacs and both Hasses into the top 3. That's not something, top 10 in Q3. That's not something. So we'll have just under half the field as white dots. As Trukev is the first to hit the track, everyone peeling out quite quickly because you've only got 12 minutes, so if you invalidate. And what now? Phoenix is the one currently speaking. I mean, do you think, bold prediction time, do you think we'll see Jeremy get into the 26s or not?
I think 26 might be a little bit too far because obviously with 10 minutes they'll probably only get 2 runs. So depending on his first run, I'll get back to you. But I think it's every few seconds my mind is changing.
Yeah, it's a sort of. It's going to be interesting. I mean, he'll be the first. Trio Kev, his teammate, will be the first to cross the line. Not quite teammates. I mean, it is only preseason. And I do apologise. I introduced you as the wrong person in chat. I do apologise there. I called you Jake over Jack. As Trio Kev.
Jake.
Easy mistake.
Damn.
Just started his lap. I mean, coming through Farm, through Abbey, through Aintree, not Abbey, wrong corner. I mean, jumping on that battery coming down Wellington. But I think it will certainly be interesting. I mean, there's a lot less traffic because again, you've only got 10 cars, but I have a feeling these cars will find traffic no matter what. They will always find traffic.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, the cars, there is only 10 of them on the track. And obviously, the track is quite big. We don't see too many cars near each other at the moment. But at the end, obviously, rush time, they will be, or rush hour, whatever you want to call it, I guess. But all the cars will be heading out together. So as Trio Kev has set a purple sector to, I'm not going to say the word, as I can't see his battery, which is very weird. I can only see that he's using boost or overtake. Oh yeah, it's boost, but
That's interesting.
I just see like an empty circle where his battery is.
Try turning it on and off, like you do with computers. It's 28-1. We'll see what Jeremy can do, because he's shown very, very promising pace. As he will dump it up into the 27.5. I know he can improve.
Jesus.
I think his banker in Q2 was a tenth faster than that. Cam will be next. Splits those cars. 27.7. Next across the line will be
Katusha.
Kaz is on an outlap, and then it will be. I think it'll be MJ coming down the hangar on a second outlap. Never mind. So then we've got an Alpine. Mr. Ryan Adair coming down hangar straight. Coming around Stowe through the weird corner of Vale. We'll see where he can put his car, as we'll see basically every driver come out twice, except maybe for Jeremy if he can dump it even faster. But I think we'll see him come out again. As Ryan goes to P5, and now since it is Q3, I can say Jeremy has provisional pole. I mean, as I think the next
Yeah.
cross the line will be Liam just exiting Maggots and Beckett's now.
Yeah, we've got a few cars, I believe, on their outlaps still, Aiden and Kenworth. So Kenworth is coming around starting out, and I believe Aiden is coming through club. Yep. So Liam coming through the final few corners now. He has a clean run to the final corner. What's it going to be? A 28 flat for Liam. That's a really good lap.
And that is a true 28 flat, not 28.002 or something. It's a true 28 flat. I mean, I think it'll be Kenworth, I believe, to cross the line next. The other Aston Martin. AMR 26 Aston Martin. Whatever you want to call it. I mean, oh, that's just a house on his in lap. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to stop concentrating on those colours and concentrate on Kenworth. Now, heading into Maggots and Beckett's does have a lot of that battery. Not sure if that was an internet issue coming through that Maggots and Beckett's. Now, exiting through Chapel has quite a lot of battery. Apparently, a purple sector too. Oh, here we go again. I've started it. It can't stop now. I've broken it. Once you start, you can't stop. Has a lot of battery. One of the best battery managements I've seen so far here in Silverstone, full stop, even including race 2 last night, who will go across the line and dump it up into P3 with a 27.9. So still a quite nice lap. I mean, Aiden Rating is the only one yet to set a time, just coming across the line, dumps it up into P4. Apparently a purple sector 3.
Yeah, we've got a few drivers now into the 27s, and definitely Liam, Kenworth. No, not Kenworth, sorry. Liam, John. I think they could all get into the 27s here. Because obviously, most of them are only a few tenths away from that 27.
There we go. The game was refusing to show me the car. It was showing me the pit lane. Until the car got far enough away from the... I don't know. EA shenanigans. There we go. That's my best explanation, as I think Cam will be the next one to be on a flying lap, having just started the banker. Not banker, outlap, sorry.
Yes, we could be waiting a while here. I'm surprised to see him go with 4 minutes left. Maybe doing a bit of a double outlap, trying to burn off some of that fuel, because we do see that the drivers, the fuel, even on minimum, is sometimes a lap or maybe even 2 laps extra. So they will be trying to get rid of that fuel. Probably, I suppose, the most efficient method is kind of dragging the brakes, but yeah, definitely I would say going for a double outlap here. I'm not really sure though. You can't tell until
they cross
we
the line.
see exactly, yeah. But
everyone else is in
he's
the
the
pits.
only driver out on track. Yeah, everyone else is in, so they'll probably be waiting for maybe around the 2 minute mark to get out there.
I will bring up this question because I know it's a conversation point that I use. Why? Okay, I get it's called Q1, Q2, Q3, but why isn't it Q3, Q2, Q1? And in Q1 you're going for P1. So the top 10 get into Q1 going for that all-important pole position. It can work both ways, I think. What's your opinion on that?
I understand where you're coming from, but I think the logical is Q1 is the first qualifying, Q2 is the second qualifying, and Q3 is the third qualifying. It's never something I've really thought of until you mentioned it now. But
Kazu.
Yeah.
Kaz. Okay, we will do of Kazu in quali. When Kazu decides to come out of the pits, I mean, we will start to see rush hour very soon within the next, I want to say, 30 seconds, because then they are pushing it to get that outlap out. I'm getting jump scared by chat. That's lovely. I mean, Cam is actually on a flying lap. Apparently a purple sector too. I say apparently.
Aren't you doing comms right now?
What?
In the chat, isn't Rickers commentating something right now or something?
I don't know. Cam goes fastest for the Jeremy is not on pole, and he's currently in a comms box. Let me. I can actually check if he's doing commentary because I know I have fancy buttons. Everyone on an outlap now. I mean, where is Kaz? Not Katu. Is it Kaz or Katush? I need to go check.
Kaz.
Kaz
Kaz is
hasn't
coming through
up into
Cops.
Cops.
He's got 2 cars behind him. So yeah.
Jeremy started his lap. So we'll go watch Jeremy for a moment. I'll keep an eye out on Kaz. We'll see if he can do a purple sector. And update, they're currently doing podium interviews, so that's an acceptable time for Rekkers to start popping up everywhere else. I mean, he normally does that. I mean, it's Rekkers. Great for tuning in if you are listening. If you're not, it does set a purple sector 1 apparently. I mean, we'll go down to Kaz. Yes, Kazuto. Warming up those tires. Coming around the clubs. And I'll let you take an onboard lap. We'll go onboard.
Yep, give me a second. I think SJ might want the onboard. Yeah, there we go. That's good. Let me get up the track map.
Ooh.
So now, Kazuto in the V-carb, coming through the loop. Big lift there, turning in wide on entry. He's had a bit of a snap there through entry now, down the Wellington straight, not using his battery, just putting it in medium mode through Luffield now. Big lift in, he's just about hit the apex there. We've got a yellow flag in the final part of the track. Is that Jeremy? Yeah, Jeremy comes into the pits. He's not going to get pole position. But back with Kaz now coming through Cops in his V-car bit wide there on the entry onto the curb on exit through Maggots and Beckett's. He's going to be saving a little bit of the battery here. A little bit of a lift there through the final part onto the hangar straight. Now he is just under half a tenth, or a tenth and a half up, should I say. Through Stowe now. Another lift, no battery, passing through Vale into Club now. Flick the wheel in, down, heading now onto the Hamilton straight. What's the time going to be? At 28.0, he improves by just under 2/10. That is an Aston of Kenworth. Setting the final lap to Kenworth go into P7.
Ooh. We'll run through.
But yeah, definitely a shock there.
I mean, I didn't expect Jeremy to get P3 running through your top 10. Cam managed to whack it on pole. Everyone within, I think it's 5 thousandths of a second, the top 3. Then you've got Aiden Israeli, Katusha, Trio, Kenworth, Liam, Kaz, and Ryan Adair rounding out the field. Keep in mind, everyone but Ryan Adair is within a second, and Ryan Adair just being a second behind. So that'll be...
definitely.
It's gonna be interesting. Now,
definitely.
Do you have any bold predictions for the race?
Well, we've seen Jeremy's got very good qualifying pace, and obviously he's starting from 3rd, so I reckon he can get the win if he manages his battery well. But it's definitely going to be a close fight up there, as I'm not really sure what happened to Jeremy. We saw him stop in club on the minimap and pull into the pit lane while
He
we were
could have
watching
invalidated.
Kaz's lap. Most
Invalidation.
likely, yeah.
And he realised
But
there wasn't enough
yeah,
time.
it's definitely going to be an interesting race, and we'll see where the winner comes from, because obviously it's going to be tough with the battery and they're going to be lifting and coasting a lot. But yeah, for the third time in the last 2 minutes, it's going to be interesting. I need to stop saying it's going to be interesting, but anyways.
I mean, I came up with, instead of saying simply lovely, when a mistake happens, I said simply ugly. I don't know. Talk to my whatever I was doing up at 1 a.m. to 12, 1 a.m. in the morning. Ask myself that in a few hours' time. Anyway, we're just waiting for everyone to really grid up. I mean, I really hope we get a clean as race as we had last night. But I feel like if anything's going to happen, it's going to be corner one or lap one. And or lap one. Because that's when
Yeah,
everyone's the most bunched up. And if we do have a safety car restart again, the same format goes. Everyone hasn't readied up instantly, which is nice, but also we don't get a warning. We just go straight to the grid. Oh, as we say,
there we go.
5 red lights are long hold, out, and away we go at this British Grand Prix. A little bit of, I don't know what was up there for me. If you could, few people running wide, but everyone keeping it relatively clean through corner one. Everyone switching positions like Pokemon cards. Coming into that next corner, everyone's keeping it clear. Oh, a Trio Kev went wide, but everyone keeping it relatively clean. Very well, nice there. Now they're all going three wide down the Wellington. That sounds like a recipe for disaster. I mean, look up there by the Alpine. Everyone keeping it close together and clean, which is simply lovely. So it's been an interesting opening few laps, as I mean, the top three have already slightly broken away already. Everyone else is sort of in that train.
Yeah, definitely the top three did very well. I'm not sure what Jeremy Cow is doing in P8, but must have had a bit of a tricky start. We have got a yellow flag. That's a Red Bull. That is Creeper. I'm not sure what happened there.
Creeper
Very
lost
far
it
off the
in
track.
Maggots and Beckett's. Oh no, as he does, I think, have his front wing. I mean, we've got a few positions switching and swatching. I mean, we've had a very action-packed lap one. I mean, who else have we got? We've got Fred and Mike's dropping positions like flies. Had, I think, a moment there coming into clubs, went too wide and just they went up the inside. But we can already see it's sort of the main train splitting into a few of those smaller gaps. I mean, we'll take a look at the tyres in a moment, but everyone's sort of, calmed down. I mean, Tro, Kevin, Mike swapping positions, but with this battery and these new regs, we do have a lot of yin-yang situation, as one of those McLaren does have a little bit of a snap there onto the exit of Wellington, onto the entrance of Wellington.
Yeah, we are seeing two kind of groups of cars, but obviously we have got drivers of all paces. That doesn't sound right. We've got drivers of all pace as Trio Kev's in the grass.
Oh no.
I can't even speak. Exiting Luffield, so I'm not really sure what happened there. Him and Creeper together now 6 seconds behind.
6 seconds, I mean, everyone's still really close together. They haven't settled out. I mean, everyone does like to settle out eventually, get into your rhythm. But towards the back, we've got Crowjag going at it with TMT Legend. A nice little battle coming down the hangar straight. Can he get a move done? Going 2-4 wide. Oh, whoa. Very neatly done. They're going a bit side by side into clubs. I mean, they all feel a little bit of contact there between the guys in the back. But that was a very interesting approach to corner one, as we do have a car already in the pits, and Creeper has, like said, Nope. Could have had rear wing damage, though. I mean, a few of the cars have already got yellow fuel lights, so everyone is under fueling here. Oh! A little bit of a wiggle there by Aiden is... Nope, that was just my game doing game stuff. Does get P1 coming into the Luffield and Brooklands little section of the map. Literal side by side. Oof. Maybe Cam squeezing him a little too hard, not leaving him a whole lot of room there. Come on, game. Give me the other camera angle. I don't want your camera angle. I don't want the offset TV camera angle. As I didn't even notice that driver had disconnected. He is now back in, but this battle for the top is very tight. I mean, battery-wise, Aiden will have overtake for this lap, both, of course, on that yellow fuel light. But they seem to be calming it down. Jeremy is picking his way back up the field after he didn't have the world's best of starts. I mean, you've got Liam right switching places with Katusha as Cam goes wide and Liam is battling Katusha for P2 at the moment, coming side by side into Hamilton.
Yeah, they're letting Aiden get away. The gap is a second now, but Katusha is back into that gap. Obviously, going side by side will affect them, especially through kind of the faster corners. Obviously, like Cops, like Maggots and Beckett's. But obviously, while it's good to see some good racing, they are letting Aiden pull away a little bit, and that's what he will want, as Jeremy is already back into the overtake range of Ryan Adair, who seems to be struggling a little bit. He's falling back off of Kenworth, but yeah, it's been an interesting start, and we've seen some good racing, and obviously we've seen a few incidents. As Cam and Kazuto there, I'm not really sure what happened, but both of them have lost some time, as Ryan Adair has gotten past Cam through Maggots and Beckett's. He's lost a lot of positions. He went from pole now to P7, so that's two of the drivers who started in the front two rows down outside of the top five. So definitely a tough start for some of them.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of tyres for a moment, when that's plugged in, I mean, everyone but we have got Crowjag, Wogjet, and Romy1 Kenobi on those soft tyres. I mean, we saw last night softs and mediums that being quite a play, or softs to hards. I mean, it's very interesting on the different strategies people use. I mean, Aiden even is trying to run away. I mean, you've got Jeremy trying to pick his way back up the field, who's now caught up to the back of one Ryan Adair.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be looking to get past fast, and that rhymes. So he could do it on this straight now, the Wellington straight, I believe. He's not going to be able to get past under braking, but he does have the overtake mode, and he seems to be very good at his battery management. He will have straight mode, and he will have the overtake. Can he get past Ryan? I think there was a little bit of contact there, but Ryan will still have it. He seems to be using a lot more battery down the straights. These two still side by side now. Ryan will get ahead into Maggots and Beckett's, who can get a better run through these corners. It looks like Jeremy will get a really good exit. They're going to be side by side now, going down the higher straight, really close to the grass there for Jeremy, but he is up into the lead.
Yeah, Lamb had
into the lead. Sorry,
into P7. But Lamb had no battery coming in, so that wouldn't have been too nasty. I mean, overtake. You've got overtake and you've got battery versus like maybe 5%. You're going to get past. Whether Lamb can now pass him back, that is another question. Oh, Lamb does have overtake. Jeremy has overtake because within 3 seconds of Cam. So the top little, everyone's sort of splitting up, but this little group is having a jolly old time battling it out. I mean, Jeremy already up the back and threatening Cam, being a ever-present threat in really everyone's rear vision mirrors. Perhaps looks for a move, doesn't. Oh, very almost contact there now coming out into Woodcrot. But they're having very, very tight. I mean, Jeremy, constant pressure. But Jeremy also does have one Ryan Adair right behind him, ready to pounce. I mean, Kenworth and Liam switch positions. If that was a battle of battery versus no battery, that's really no question. Is Jeremy does get the move done on Gam, and now is right up the back of Kaus, going for the top P5. So he's having a great sort of recovery drive for the time being, as Midmate's the first to pick up a 3-second time penalty. I mean, I think we saw last night in one of the Silverstone races, we had quite a fair few track limit penalties.
Yeah, definitely. It's very easy to run wide. You've got so many high-speed corners where maybe when your tyres get a little bit older, or if you have a little bit of dirty air, you can't quite take it flat out, or you have to lift off a little bit more, or maybe you even have to brake sometimes. But that's going to be a challenge for some of the drivers, as we've got plenty of movement behind. Romeo and Kenobi comes into the pit lane. He's very slow into the pits.
I mean, don't want to speed. Don't want to have that 10
Definitely,
second.
yeah.
I mean, you've got Ryan Adair and Cam going at it. You've got Jeremy getting the move done. And of course, as soon as they look away for 5 seconds, he gets moved on onto Cows, coming into Luffield, that set of corners. I mean, who else? I mean, you've got Crowjag closing the gap onto TMT Legend. TMT Legend does have a major battery advantage, though. So, we'll see if that can do anything. I mean, Aiden is rating is not so far in front anymore. Does have a major battery advantage to Katusha, though. So the top 3 is sort of regrouped together.
Yeah, I would guess Aiden has been saving battery, inviting the pressure from Katusha and Kenworth, who have broken away from Liam, as Jeremy's already in the overtake range of Liam. So this is definitely a driver who could be contending in Division 1 next season with the likes of Meowsy and Fat Cat if they have signed up. Cam and Liam into the pit lane, but Cam has gotten a 10-second.
That is simply ugly. I was going to say that.
Very early stops there. Yeah. I'm not sure.
Overcut.
Could they be on a 2-stop?
Or was this undercut? It could be. I don't know how their tyres look, because you can sort of see the tyre wear. Those softs don't actually look too bad. I mean, the softs at Cristiano Wogjet do look all right, though. I mean, they will, of course, slowly start to lose their grip faster, but they've got a little bit of wear on, but they don't look all too bad. I think they can go for definitely a few more laps. I mean, what else? We've got Ryan right up the back of Kaus. Scratch that, we've got Crowdragon, TMT Legend, still having at it. Still with that battery disadvantage, though.
Yeah, definitely. The battery is really a key factor this year, because if you've got battery, you will stay ahead. You know, the pace advantage may not be, the pace isn't as big. Oh, I can't even speak. The pace isn't a big factor. Well, it is a big factor. It's not the biggest factor anymore, because if you've got battery, you can stay ahead. We've seen it in real life. Drivers make a mistake on the exit of a corner and then getting the position back straight away just because they have more battery. But we're definitely going to be seeing stuff like that happening this season, as Kaz is the next car into the pits. That's a Ferrari as well. Cristiano also comes in.
Yeah, in the meantime, MJ, TMT Legend, and Crowjack have been having this nice little train of a battle. So all of them still staying out. I mean, pitting will, of course, disrupt everything, and we have to really wait for it to settle down. I mean, we will chuck up the tyres again. I mean, oof, we got some going to mediums, some going to hards. Crowjack's the only driver still out on softs, but is still right up in that battle.
And he could go for it here on TMT Legend, but it seems like... Oh, God. My bad. Sorry. The Audi does have more straight line speed and is doing much better at the battery saving. But yeah, really good battle here. M. John Wait, where's M. John? I've lost M. John. Oh, M. John's gotten past them, sorry. Um, anyways, they do still have the overtake, the two of them, but obviously Krojak has a big battery disadvantage to TMT Legend as M. John is going to try and make the move here on T. Salmons. It looks like M. John has more battery and he is going to go for the move past him on the hanger straight. There we go, 2.1 seconds now to
No
Drew,
contest
who
there.
is right up behind Freck.
No contest there, but Katusha is right up the back of Aiden's rating again. But the top three, they all really close, but they haven't done much. Krejcik gets a 10-second spinning in the pit lane. That penalty was quite common. I mean, the top four bunched up coming in. Jeremy up into P3 at the moment. Cam sets the fastest lap.
Yeah.
The soft runners are in. Aiden
As
is rating his... Oh.
Yeah, there was a bit of contact there between Jeremy off the track there, trying to get past Aiden, and Katusha now is the one who has the quite large gap in P1. But yeah, we saw there earlier in the lap a bit of contact between Kenworth and Katusha, which did allow Jeremy to get past, I think, well, this was way like around kind of village, I believe. But
I mean, Katusha now kind of run away a bit, just over a second. I mean, that is just switching up and down, up and down. Battery's constant thing that moving. Trio Kev and T Summons going at it. Don't tell me this happened again. Nope. Oh, the Krojak is disconnected. TMT Legend gets a 3-second time penalty. For a minute, I thought my game was doing EA shenanigans, but I have not been disconnected from the lobby as far as I'm concerned. All the top runners really into the pits but we do see Jeremy staying out, trying to push those mediums a bit further, probably committing to that one stop. I mean, how are people side by side in the pits? I know how that one happened. Ryan Adair now picks up a 3-second time penalty. So we've got Uncle Morty and and Chris Wogjet going at it, coming down Hamilton. They are on those older Wogjet on those newer mediums. So those tires should be warmed up plenty by now, but should be. Trizilla now picks up 3 seconds, so the penalties are running thick and fast. Aiden is running and Kaz swap positions, but after those pits, we're seeing battles spawn out of thin air.
Yeah, we definitely are. Some drivers obviously not into the pits yet, and we have seen, I believe Cam is in the provisional race lead. I think we might be seeing Kenworth coming into the pits this lap. So we will see where Cam comes out. He obviously has a few lap older tyres, but definitely going to be interesting. Ryan Adair also come into the pits. Will we see M. John in? Yes, we do. A lot of cars in, I believe.
Yeah, and
everyone from the top 9.
Cam is currently the highest driver that has yet to pit, which has pitted already. Currently in P10, everyone pitting though, so everyone will wait for the positions to settle down for about 5 seconds because half the field's pitted, and I need the intervals to, load.
Yeah, definitely. There's drivers moving all over the place because half the grid into the pits and the other half is overtaking them. But still a little bit of confusion here as Cam is in a net race lead at the moment, I believe.
Yes.
Because how long? I wonder what the pit loss is. Well, I guess we'll find out what the pit loss is. But the gap is currently about 22 seconds between Jeremy and Cam, as Cam will be looking here to get past T. Salmons, who has led out this whole time. He's very slow there. Through Cops, can Cam get the move done? Through Maggots and Beckett's are going to go side by side.
Oof.
Cam did have the less optimal line, but he has gotten ahead the gap now. As Jeremy comes into the pits, it's 22.3 seconds. Who will come out in the lead as Katusha goes for the move on the outside of Cam into that's not
P2.
Cops. I've forgotten.
Clubs.
Yeah, Club. Yeah,
That's the
jeez,
correct
I can't
track.
even
That
remember.
begins with a C.
Yeah,
I mean, we will now wait and see if oh, it's a long pit entrance. Will Katusha get there before Jeremy? And the answer is yeah. What happened with Jeremy? He looked like his dot had a moment. I mean, he now comes out into P5 on the track. I mean, everything's they've really closed together up after all those pits, because they sort of pitted at a time where they caught each other when the other set pitted, really.
yeah, definitely. The top five are all within around the kind of second and a half of each other, if maybe a bit more. But they're all within 2 seconds of each other, let's say. As Katusha has streaked away a small bit, the gap is 7/10 as Kaz and Jeremy both looking for the move, because we have seen the gaps kind of spread out a small bit. Aiden is raiding, trying to make the move there on Cam through Maggots, but the closing speed was not enough as he kind of clatters into the back from there. Lucky not to get any wing damage, as neither of them have any battery compared to the cars ahead, as Jeremy is going to try and go side by side with Kaz through Stowe, who is going to get the position. Kaz will have the inside, Jeremy will have the outside, and Jeremy gets up into P4. Really good move there, as Aiden still right up the back. Kaz coming on to lap 14. He's lifted off early there, so he's not going to be able to do it. As we see Katusha pulling away, the gap is 1.4 now. Cam, should I say, not sure if this is intentional, but he is holding up the other cars to help his team out, as Aiden is going to go round the outside at Luffield. Can he do it?
Can it
He has done.
stick?
He is ahead now in the gap. It's 1.6. Jesus.
That position does stick. I mean, we have crossed the halfway point in this British Grand Prix race number 03. But this race has it hasn't really had a quiet zone. I mean, MJ and Gangster switch positions coming down up into Cops. Sorry there. I mean, we've got Jeremy always threatening to make a move onto Cam. Can that position stick through Stowe and through Vale? I mean, I want a title 2026 DLC Battle of the Batteries. Would be a good time. Battle
Definitely,
for the Batteries. Yeah. That has got a nice ring to it.
Yeah, it's definitely a big talking point. Who has the best battery? We've definitely seen Jeremy has some good battery management. We've seen Aiden some good battery management early on. Who else? TMT Legend always seems to have a lot of battery, especially when he was fighting Crowjag earlier. Anyone else seems to have a lot of battery. Mike Wazowski, 60%. Ryan Adair seems to be doing quite well. He's in a bit of no man's land, as is Liam. Both of them about 3 seconds of a gap to each other. But hopefully for them, the top two will continue, or the top two, I guess. Well,
yep. And
everyone in that top 4, top 5.
Have you managed to get an invite to the driver who has disconnected a hot minute ago?
Who disconnected?
Crowjag. Because I've just been pinged.
Oh,
I just saw her to ping.
I didn't realise. My bad.
Crowjag.
There we go. I've done that. I didn't see that. My bad.
I think I did. I know. I forgot. I got a ping and I'm like, well, I can't. You can. MJ trying to close up the gap to Cristiano. Currently sitting in P10. I mean, Jeremy now taking P1 away from Katusha had a very, very nice recovery drive from a really bottle of a start. It reminds me of the Mercedes drivers for the first few races before Kimi started not bottling his starts. I mean, you've got a few drivers into the pits, but I mean, every time I look away, someone's having a battle. Like, you really can't stop for this race. It's been nice, it's been clean, it's been battle central.
Definitely, yeah. We've got battles all over the place as some more cars come into the pits. It is a two-stop race now. We do see as Cam is in as well as Liam. Cam serving his 10th second. That's why Liam gets out ahead of him. But yeah, definitely looking like a two-stop race
The
so far.
top three went 3 side up into cops. That was interesting. They keep it clean. I feel like the top three, they're pulling away from Kaz, but I don't feel like they're going to stop. I think they've all got that fighting spirit in them for the podium. Not who get what in the podium, but also who gets the all-important P1.
Yeah, definitely it is going to be a close fight because the drivers are so close together and will be fighting for the rest of the race. And obviously, Cam into the pit lane just last lap. But yeah, it's definitely going to be close, as we said, because these drivers are so close in pace, and we'll hopefully see them all fighting each other in Division 1 next season. That's what it's looking like anyway, based off their pace. So, yeah, I'm definitely interested to see the championship battle in these divisions. This is obviously what we focus on, these kind of top 5 drivers, because you know they're going to be up there. Then obviously down, as you go further down, you're not really sure, because some drivers, they're kind of all over the place. You don't really know who's Div 2, Div 3, Div 4. But yeah, we'll obviously, as we said earlier, we're going to see on draft night who goes where, which division, which team drivers go to. But yeah, it's definitely a sign of things to come, as Raiden and Katusha almost going side by side there through cops. They didn't, or not through cops. Oh my days, I can't even
Maggots,
speak, through maggots and
Beckett's,
Beckett's.
and out of Chapel. Oh,
Kaz.
Kaz has disconnected. I mean, normally you'd go around. Oh, I can actually go down because someone's getting close to an overtake. Cherokee right up the bank of Gangster coming into Maggots and Beckett's. Does have significantly less battery, as Jeremy has managed to jump up into P1 coming into clubs. I mean, that's someone into the pits, not a yellow. But normally I like to get all the drivers some airtime, but the battle, really one of the only battles on track, does just seem to be with the top group, who are yin-yanging first, second, and third. And Wogjet gets a 10-second speeding in the pit lane, so that's not what he wants. I mean, unless there is a very late safety car, I mean, he can't serve that penalty until post-race without pitting. But looking at the pits now, position changes. I mean, Cam's not having the best of nights. Down 15 positions. The best is Gangster, who is up 11 for the time being. I mean, they've had an interesting night looking at stops. Everyone stopped. If you're doing twos, your tyres, 3 runners on your mediums. Penalties. 2 10-seconds and 5 3-second penalties. So we've got a few track limits where we'll see more in the latter stages of the race. We will, I guess, have to wait and see, find out. T Summons in TMT Legend. That is a mouthful and a half to say. Switch positions. Trio Kevin Gangster switch positions coming out of cops. Everyone's trading positions a lot like Pokemon cards. Mike now picks up, as soon as I say it, we'll get more track limits. We get someone get their third and final track limit, so they get dumped with a 3-second penalty.
Yeah, definitely. We've seen a lot of 3-second penalties and a few 10s for speeding the pit lane. Obviously, it is a very different pit lane, to be honest. And we've seen some interesting shenanigans with it in real life. Obviously, when Michael Schumacher years ago passed through it to steal the race win from, I'm not sure who it was. I wasn't alive, but anyways,
You just know Michael Schumacher did it.
yeah, I just know he drove into the pit lane because obviously it is a shorter run, and if you are close enough behind, you can pull it off. But I presume that it isn't allowed, and will be penalised if it gets reported in the real season. But is Silverstone even on the calendar? I don't know. I haven't checked. Let me have a look.
Have a look, report back. Mike and Liam switching positions. Yin Yang coming out of there, up through Brooklands and up into Cops. I always have a habit of saying corners way before they actually happen. That's okay. I'm trying not to overuse my corner names, just the main ones. They've now come up through Cops. Whatever camera angle that game's giving me. Coming now through Maggots, Beckett's, and exiting via Chapel. Keeps it clean. There's a little bit more of a gap now, but gaps as Cam is never scratch that. Cam was side by side. As soon as I go away from them, they switch positions. But Cam and T Summons switch positions coming down hanger. I mean, T Summons very little battery over Cam. Cam will get overtake as TMT Legend gets the move done on Kaz. That brings Cam right back in. So we've got another little battle which has spawned out of nowhere. Yes, Silverstone is on the calendar.
Yeah, definitely.
Is it?
Yep, it is.
It's the relay
race. Yeah.
That is a very
I'm not
interesting.
Really sure.
Okay, so we'll explain this while everyone sort of settled down for 5 seconds. So, from my understanding, Div 1, it has qualifying and then the race. But let's say you've got a VCARB 1 2. The qualifying, the start of the grid for Div 2 would be a VCARB 1 and 2. You need to sort out which driver's which. But if you have a driver DNF, you start from P22. Whatever your finishing positions were for your last div is your starting positions for the next race.
Jesus.
And I think it was Lamb which came up with that concept. I think it was Lamb.
Jesus, I think that's the only relay race if I see.
Kaz and TMT Legend, switch positions again and again and again. They're having this nice little battle.
Yeah, definitely.
Start last.
Little battles all over the track. But
I think I've got the meaning
P1.
I think I've got the meaning of a relay race confused. I know, whole thing is slightly puzzling, but I'm sure there'll be a meeting about it. Oh, the top 3 are starting to do something again. As I look away from TNT Legend and Kaz, they all trade positions. I mean, Kaz is in the pits.
Yep. Obviously, that disconnect hurt him a lot.
I think his AI pitted.
P5 when he disconnected.
I think his AI did pit
possibly.
for him. That's simply ugly there.
Let's see.
I mean, Jeremy now almost 2 seconds ahead of Katusha with Ryan Adair and now Kenworth battling for P2 down to P3. So the top few podium positions. I mean, you've got Aiden is raiding right up the back of Katusha. Goes into Stowe, gets the position done for now. I mean, we'll see what happens coming on the exit of clubs, because if you have a slow exit, but no, seems to have a really good exit out of clubs. I mean, that group's starting to do something. Who else have we got? Everyone else is sort of, taking a chill pill.
Definitely, as we see, Jeremy is kind of running away with 2.5, but there definitely could be a good battle here for the final podium spots, as Kenworth is close to Katusha here and does have a full battery. Definitely didn't think I'd be seeing that in the race, people having a full battery, because, from my personal experience, I never have a full battery, but I'm just horrible at this game and horrible at saving, but and these drivers are obviously very good, Div 1 pace, So they've got well on. What's happened to Jeremy? Why is he in
Wait,
P4 now? Wait, what?
we blinked. We started yapping about something. I know. In this race, the battery, 5/10 is really kind of a close battle with battery. Because someone 5/10 back could just make a move down on the inside of a corner, like we saw Max Verstappen do in 2021 at Abu Dhabi on the last lap. One lap of racing to decide the championship. I mean, that's really what it feels like here. We blink, I'm like, oh, they switched positions again. I mean, coming into lap number 23, we're getting to the pointy end, and the battles are starting to get pointy. As we're now coming around, Liam and Gangster trade positions coming into start the end of Hangar, but I would like to show other people, but the top are just, Katusha challenging for the win. I am on P20, my bad. Aiden is rating, gets that move straight back, going side by side as they come down into Wellington. Oh my, this action is that they are not slowing down. I mean, if one of them gets a penalties, it will be heartbreak for him. As the top four are battling really for all three positions, Krojag now picks up that 3-second time penalty, yet another one of our drivers to join that penalty club. As, the top three are, you've got Ryan, looking away from the top three for a moment, you've got Ryan Adair going side by side with TMT Legend. No, I'm looking at the wrong car, but doesn't quite go up the inside. Can he get a move done down onto Wellington? Goes along the inside and will. It will be interesting to see. Late on the brakes, I think, there. Ryan Adair dips ever so slightly out of track and gets a 3-second time penalty. That's definitely not what he wants, but TMT Legend also does have a time penalty. So that will be interesting as Jeremy and Katusha trade positions back up to the top, because that's doing interesting things. As we are now on lap 24, we're very almost there. I mean, got everyone. Everyone's sort of chilled out except for the top four. They're always very fighty and very punchy.
Definitely, it's just kind of back and forth every single lap. You never know who's going to be in the lead. Liam, 10-second. Oh, Liam has retired.
No, it's fine. Bins it, bolts it into the pits, bins it. Minmay gets a 10-second penalty for track limits. You need a cut corner real bad for that one to happen. Oof, Jeremy up the inside. No, helicopter cam, blimp cam. Yes, good camera game. Thank you for not giving me a bad camera angle. But yeah, I guess binning it to pit lanes, you retire as quick as humanly possible. You don't care at that point. But Jeremy and Aiden is going absolutely at it into Maggots and Beckett's. Cam picks up a 3-second time penalty. Them everyone flying through Maggots and Beckett's. This will be a drag race to the line. Now coming down, I think Jeremy will just slice past Aiden. Coming into, Aiden manages to stick his nose in. Aiden doing very well to defend Jeremy, as they're basically going, each of them going side by side to their respective positions. A little bit of perhaps contact, a little bit of argy-bargy between P3 and P4 at the moment, but we are on the penultimate lap of racing, so I hand it over to you and I'll take the final.
Definitely, we've got Aiden is riding, looking for the move here on Jeremy. Up through Sector 1, he's going to send it down the inside. He's going to be ahead at the apex, but Jeremy holds the lead for now. Aiden's going to try the switchback, coming in wide and entering close to the apex down the Wellington Straight. Now, can Aiden go around the outside here at Brooklands? He's going to try it. He's washed out a little bit too wide as Jeremy continues to hold the lead. Can Aiden go up the inside here into Luffield? It doesn't look like he's going to be able to do it. Can Katusha go for the move on Aiden? They're going to try it. Are they going to be ahead of Cops? Are they going to go side by side through Cops? They are. And they've both kept on track. Some really good racing there. A little bit of contact as Aiden gets back up into P2. Katusha, though, is right there, as is Kenworth. This is a really close battle for the lead. Who has the most battery? I think it is Jeremy Aiden is at a big disadvantage. He's got nothing in the tank as Katusha has 20%. They're still racing, still side by side. All of this is giving Jeremy a chance to run away. The gap is 7 tenths. Right now, it's going to be close on this final lap between these podium drivers. Can Kenworth even have a look and get involved in that podium fight?
I mean, I don't know. Anything can happen with these batteries. This battery is key. As Hayden still doesn't have much battery to fight with, so he will have to defend like his life depends on it, because his P2 is really like his life depends on it. Off a little bit of tap there. Katusha drops a little bit of side by side there, so he's now got more wiggle room. Whether that was a nice thing, I don't know. Katusha not quite burning that battery, trying to save it for the final push. I mean, Aiden now over a second behind Jeremy. So currently Jeremy's got this down. Uncle Morty picks up a 3-second time penalty. I mean, we've got Jeremy, we've got 8. We've had that battle. That battle is sort of fizzing out on the final lap, and that's when you sort of see battles ramping it up. But Katusha now closing it into Aiden's Aiden train, dropping behind Jeremy, but does have a flashing red fuel light, so can he make it to the finish line in time? Because we've seen races last night, we saw Liam run out of fuel like halfway through the track. Aiden does have a little bit of battery to fight now, which no doesn't. I was on the wrong car, coming down hanger. Now, Katusha goes for a move on the inside. Dolph, can he get it to stick is the question. They're going side by side into cops. I mean, this will be a drag race. Contact, a little shove off there. Jeremy will first cross the line, win the British Grand Prix, followed by Katusha in P2, and Aiden is rating in P3, followed by Kenworth in P4. That was an electric finish to the race.
Definitely a really close finish. We saw Jeremy kind of run away with it. Katusha and Aiden, just under a 10th, should I say, in the gap. But yeah, it is definitely been a good race, as there is a bit of contact behind with Gangster and Cam. Ryan Adair will come home in P9. Think he's going to have it on penalties because Drusilla is behind, 3 seconds behind. Yep. I am going to have to ask you, would you be able to do the interviews? Because I have to run very quickly.
That is all okay. Well, before you go, do you have any final thoughts on this Grand Prix?
Definitely Jeremy Cow is Div 1 pace. He fell down to like P8, P9 and still won the race. But yeah, definitely been good. Looking forward to the season to come. Hopefully we can see each other in the comms box again. But definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, thank you for joining me. Now we just wait for Obi-Wan Kenobi to roll his way. There we go, roll his way across that finish line. I mean, I'm going to try and get an interview in. I'm about to go in for P2, and if P2 doesn't come, I'm going to try and get P3. I want to talk to one of the top 3. Yeah, come on.
Right.
He's been tagged 3 times. Thank you for joining me in the comms box. And that was Jack. Or, I don't know, SJ, if you're listening, wait. We'll watch the podium celebrations. Can roll on through. That champagne flying on through. I mean, we might or might not get an interview. We'll see. We'll see what happens, because I know I want to get one of these guys in for an interview, because holy guacamole, if I can stop communicating with online services. Jeremy takes out race winner, fastest lap, and the most overtakes goes to Trokev, his mate. Cam gets driver of the day, and cleanest driver does go to Katusha. Final results, Jeremy, Katusha, Aiden is Raiden, Kenworth, and MJ. Rounding out the top 5, then Trokev, Cam, Gangster, Ryan Adair, Drusilla, T. Summons, Mike Wazowski, TMT Legend, Fred, Cristiano, Rogjet, Uncle Morty, Mid-May, Roll Me One Kenobi, and the DNFs of Liam, Kaz, and Creeper. Now, we'll see if I can't get anyone in for an interview. We can all look at that lovely preseason graphic. So what a finish. I want to get someone in for an interview. We'll see if we can get second place back in. I will send a message and we'll see, because that top three, I really would like to talk to someone from the top three. Everyone's typing. I will give it a few more minutes, but voice is gone. We'll see if we can get anyone in, but I have a feeling. I think it was Katusha. If I can't get any of the top three, then I will wrap it up. But that was a very, very, very chaotic race. I mean, qualifying, we saw some thrills and we saw some sprills, but we are not going to get an interview from the top three. That is unfortunate. But wrapping it up, I mean, we saw a very, very tight battle for, like, I want to say the last 10 laps. They kept on passing it. It was drag races to the line. Little bumps, a little bit of racing action. Did thrill and spill it. But on behalf of Jack, who was here earlier, my name is Phoenix. We have been your hosts and commentators this evening. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for another Silverstone race, race 4, round 2. Good evening.